Hey there. In 2010, a guy named Laszlo Hanyecz bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 bitcoins. At the time, nobody thought much of it. Today, those bitcoins would be worth over $400 million. That's the price of 200 mansions for 2 pizzas. You've probably seen Bitcoin's price on the news. It hit $50,000, then $60,000. It crashed, then it came back stronger. Everyone's talking about it, but nobody seems to explain what's really going on. Why does Bitcoin keep breaking records? Is it just hype, or is something bigger happening? And most importantly, what does this mean for your money? In this video, we'll break down exactly why Bitcoin's price keeps rising, what's driving it, and what you actually need to know. Let's get started. Before we understand why Bitcoin's price keeps rising, we need to understand what Bitcoin actually is, because it's pretty different from regular money. Bitcoin is a digital currency, kind of like the dollars in your bank account. But here's the big difference. Bitcoin isn't controlled by any government or bank. Think of it like this. When you have dollars in your bank, the bank keeps track of how much you have. The bank can freeze your account. They can charge you fees. They can even go bankrupt, and you might lose your money. But Bitcoin works differently. It's tracked on something called a blockchain. That's like a giant digital ledger that thousands of computers around the world maintain together. Nobody owns it. Nobody controls it. And that's exactly why some people love it. Bitcoin was created in 2009 by someone using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. To this day, we still don't know who they really are. They could be one person or a group. They designed Bitcoin to have 3 key features. First, scarcity. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins, ever. No more can be created. Compare that to dollars. The US government can print as many dollars as they want, whenever they want. Second, decentralization. No single person, company, or government controls Bitcoin. It runs on thousands of computers worldwide. You can't shut it down. You can't control it. Third, transparency. Every single Bitcoin transaction is recorded on the blockchain. Anyone can see it. But it's also anonymous. You can see the transactions, but you don't know who owns which Bitcoin. So why does this matter? Because Bitcoin is fundamentally different from traditional money. And that difference is exactly what's driving its price to record highs. Let me explain. When a government prints more money, each dollar becomes worth a little less. This is called inflation. You've probably noticed this. Your groceries cost more. Gas costs more. Rent costs more. That's inflation. But Bitcoin can't be inflated away. Remember, there will only ever be 21 million. And that built-in scarcity is one of the biggest reasons people are buying it. The most recent halving was in April 2024. There are 5 main reasons, and they're all happening at the same time. First, limited supply and growing demand. Remember how I said there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins? Well, over 19 million have already been mined. That means less than 2 million left. And here's where it gets interesting. Every 4 years, something called the halving happens. So fewer new Bitcoins are entering the market. But at the same time, more people want to buy Bitcoin. When supply goes down and demand goes up, what happens? Prices rise. It's basic economics. Think about it like concert tickets. If there are only 100 tickets but 1,000 people want them, the price will skyrocket. Bitcoin works the same way. Second, big institutions are buying Bitcoin now. And I'm not talking about random people on the internet. I'm talking about some of the biggest financial companies in the world. And that drives the price up significantly. These are funds that let regular investors buy Bitcoin through their retirement accounts. In the first few months, these ETFs brought in over $10 billion. Companies like Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy has bought over $4 billion. Even countries are getting involved. El Salvador made Bitcoin legal currency in 2021. When these massive institutions buy Bitcoin, they're not buying $100 worth. They're buying millions or even billions of dollars at a time. Everything got more expensive. When governments print money, your cash loses value. But Bitcoin's supply is fixed. It can't be printed. Look at what happened during COVID-19. Governments around the world printed trillions of dollars. The US alone printed over $3 trillion in 2020. They had to. People needed help. And Bitcoin, its price went from around $7,000 in March 2020 to over $60,000 by April 2021. People turned to Bitcoin because they wanted to protect their money from losing value. Fourth, there's growing economic uncertainty worldwide. When people lose faith in their local currency or government, they look for alternatives. In countries like Argentina, Turkey and Nigeria, inflation is extremely high. We're talking 50%, 80%, even 100% inflation. Their currencies are becoming worthless, so people are turning to Bitcoin. This creates a cycle that drives adoption higher and higher. You can't carry gold bars across a border, but you can memorize 12 words, your Bitcoin password, and access your money anywhere in the world. Fifth, the network effect. The more people who use Bitcoin, the more valuable it becomes. Think about Facebook or the telephone. They became more useful as more people joined. As more businesses accept Bitcoin, more people want to use it. As more people use it, more businesses want to accept it. But here's the thing you need to understand. Bitcoin's price doesn't just go up smoothly. It's extremely volatile. For example, in 2017, Bitcoin hit nearly $20,000. Then it crashed to $3,000 in 2018. In 2021, it reached $69,000. Then it fell to $16,000 in 2022. These swings scare a lot of people, but they also create opportunities and risks. Which brings us to the big question. So Bitcoin's price keeps rising. What does this actually mean for you and your money? Well, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you what to do. But I can give you the information you need to make your own decision. Here's the truth. Bitcoin is a high-risk, high-reward investment. Some people have made life-changing money. Others have lost their savings. Experts generally agree on one thing. Only invest money you can afford to lose. Bitcoin could go to $100,000, or it could crash to $10,000. Nobody knows for sure. The good news, Bitcoin is now easier to buy than ever. Apps like Coinbase, Cash App and PayPal let you buy Bitcoin with just a few clicks. And you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. Bitcoin is divisible. The smallest unit is called a Satoshi. That's 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. You can buy $10 worth if you want. But let's talk about the risks, because they're real. First, volatility. Bitcoin's price swings wildly. If you panic and sell during a crash, you lock in your losses. Second, security. If you lose access to your Bitcoin wallet, if you forget your password, your Bitcoin is gone forever. There's no customer service to call, no way to recover it. Third, regulation. Governments around the world are still figuring out how to regulate Bitcoin. New laws could affect its price or how you use it. Fourth, it's speculative. Bitcoin doesn't produce anything. It doesn't pay dividends. Its value comes entirely from what people are willing to pay for it. That means it could theoretically go to zero. But here's the opportunity side. Many people believe Bitcoin will eventually replace gold as a store of value. Gold has a market cap of about $13 trillion. Bitcoin's is around $1 trillion. If Bitcoin reaches even half of gold's value, its price could increase 6 or 7 times from here. Some experts predict $100,000 per Bitcoin. Others say $500,000. Some even say $1 million. Are they right? Nobody knows. But the trend is clear. More people and institutions are adopting Bitcoin every year. You might also wonder about other cryptocurrencies. What about Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin? Bitcoin is different. It's the oldest, most secure and most widely adopted cryptocurrency. It has the strongest network effect. Other cryptocurrencies exist, and some have interesting features. But Bitcoin is considered the safest bet in crypto. However, other cryptos are even more speculative and risky than Bitcoin. If you're new to this space, most experts recommend starting with Bitcoin before exploring alternatives. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because Bitcoin isn't just about making money. It represents something much larger. Bitcoin is the first truly global, decentralized currency in human history. For the first time, you can send value anywhere in the world instantly without needing permission from a bank or government. This is revolutionary. Right now, if you want to send money internationally, you might pay 5% to 10% in fees, and it could take days to arrive. And that cash is used for far more crime than Bitcoin, and it arrives in minutes. For people in countries with unstable currencies or authoritarian governments, Bitcoin offers financial freedom. It's a way to opt out of a broken system. But not everyone agrees Bitcoin is good. Critics say it uses too much energy, that it's used for illegal activities, that it's just a speculative bubble. Supporters argue that Bitcoin mining increasingly uses renewable energy. The energy argument is interesting. Yes, Bitcoin mining uses a lot of electricity, but according to recent studies, about 60% of that energy comes from renewable sources like hydro, solar, and wind. And unlike banks that need massive office buildings, millions of employees, and armored trucks driving everywhere, Bitcoin runs on code and computers. So where is this all going? Nobody knows for sure. But here's what seems likely. Bitcoin will continue to be volatile in the short term. But over time, as more institutions adopt it and it becomes more mainstream, the volatility should decrease. More countries may adopt Bitcoin as legal currency, following El Salvador's lead. More companies will add it to their balance sheets. More people will use it as savings. So let's wrap this up. Why does Bitcoin's price keep breaking records? Because it has a limited supply that's shrinking over time, while demand from individuals and institutions keeps growing. Because Bitcoin represents a fundamental shift in how money works. Because it offers a new kind of financial system, one that's decentralized, transparent, and outside government control. What does this mean for you? Bitcoin is a high-risk, high-reward opportunity. It could change your financial future, or you could lose money. Only you can decide if it's right for you. But one thing is clear, Bitcoin isn't going away, and that shift is just getting started. If you found this helpful and want me to make more videos on topics like how to actually buy Bitcoin safely, what other cryptocurrencies are worth knowing about, or how Bitcoin mining works, hit that like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about Bitcoin. Are you excited? Skeptical? Have you invested already? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.